Well, hutch is done. We're back home. Regular viewers of the channel might notice that there's a little something different here. The shop seems a little smaller, huh? Much smaller. That's because we're back in my garage now. Um, so after hutch, we brought it back here because my buddy Lawrence, where I had been working, he needed his shop back for other projects, so he politely kicked me out. Nothing personal, nothing like that. We're still good friends. He needed his shop back, so we are now working out of my garage, which is tiny and which is currently full of junk. So one of the next projects is going to be to go through and get rid of a bunch of stuff and organize a bunch of stuff. And we actually got to fix this garage up because I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of a piece of junk. And I've been just kind of putting it off all these years because I didn't really want to tackle the project. But we got to do something about it. Ideally, I have another lot across the alley that I want to put up a workshop in. But because of limited time and limited funds, that is just not in the budget to put up an entirely new, nice size workshop. So for now, we're just going to put some work into this garage, tune it up a little bit, make it into a at least usable shop so I can continue working on my projects. It's kind of a catch-22. And I'm not sure what to do first because, I want to get the 612 done to have it basically ready for our local show back in Wisconsin, Northern Aged Iron, in September, because we're going to have it there. One way or another, Dad's going to come and pick it up, and we're going to bring it back to Wisconsin for that show. And then most likely it'll stay in Wisconsin after that. We'll park it with all the other tractors for the winter then. So I want to get the tractor done before then, but at the same time, summer is going very fast and we got to do something with this garage at the same time. But it's hard to work on the garage if there's a tractor in it, and it's hard to work on the tractor if the garage isn't done, so it's a vicious cycle. So what we'll probably do is I think I'm actually going to not focus on the tractor so much here these next few weeks. I'll probably start to work on the garage a little bit, get a game plan going for that. Goal as of now is what I would like to do is reframe the front of the garage here, put a modern overhead door in here, because this is actually just an old hinged garage door that's converted to a, whatever you want to call it, pivoting garage door. Very old, very obsolete. Because this is a very old garage. It is actually like probably horse and carriage days, believe it or not, because my house is like turn of the century house. And if you look here, this was actually the original front of the garage here. So it was only this big, which is not even nearly big enough to put a vehicle in. Maybe like a little Model T or something. Even that would be tight. Basically, it was probably designed to put literally a carriage in. And then they added on to it at some point to make it just big enough. If it's empty, I can just fit my truck in here because, well, for size comparison, the tractor takes up about the same footprint as a vehicle. So, and I can just get that in here with not much room to spare. So yeah, I'm gonna put a new overhead door in. We'll have to reframe that whole front of the garage to accommodate that because it's the let's just say that this isn't a very well built structure. I mean, it's pretty straight and everything, but it's not really built right by today's standards. So there's going to be a lot of fixing involved. I want to take this door and put it up in that corner of the garage. It'll make more sense there. So we'll have to do a bunch of reframing for that. This workbench will have to get moved. When I redid power to the house a couple of years back, I also had them, while they had the trench open, I had them run power out to the garage here so I can have a full 100 amp breaker out here to do basically whatever we want as far as shop stuff goes. but that is yet to be hooked up. So currently we do not even have power in the garage. So if we want to do anything, we actually got to run an extension cord, which, whatever, that's doable too. So there again, but the catch to that is I can't finish putting that breaker box up, which I have. It's actually sitting right down there. New circuit panel for it. I can't do that until I basically redo this wall, and I can't hardly do that until I get things organized and get everything away from the wall. I'm going to put new windows in at the same time too, because these are all just old single pane broken windows. None of the three are the same. They're all different. So we'll put in some nicer windows. Like I said, new entry door, new overhead garage door, and then I would love to actually start to maybe even get this insulated and put a ceiling in and hook up some type of a little furnace or heater or something in the corner. So then this winter I can actually continue to work out here throughout the winter. Whether or not that'll happen this winter, I do not know at this point, because there's a lot to do to get to that. And like I said, summer is going very fast. We're already, the 1st of August today, I believe it is. So yeah, there might be, I don't know if you guys want to see any of this kind of stuff on the channel. Let me know if you're interested in seeing, garage remodeling type of stuff, or if you'd rather just kind of me go silent for a while and just focus on tractor stuff. One way or another, there's going to be probably less videos coming here in the near future, or at least shorter videos, maybe little update ones or something, but they're not going to probably be the long weekly ones that I have been doing for the last couple of years here. So just kind of a heads up on that for the people that are regular watchers. The things will probably change here a little bit, because I won't have nearly as much to show you. Don't worry though, I'm not going away. I'm not giving up any of that kind of stuff. I'm just not as much is going to be happening here in the near future. There is lots of little things yet to do on the tractor. So like I said, we're not done. There's still painting to do. There's still fan shrouds to do. There's lots of troubleshooting yet to do. Bugs to work out of the system, because it's still not starting as nice as I'd like to see it starting. We still got to do the road bands for the rear wheels. That'll probably be actually one of the next things I'm going to do, because believe it or not, just driving around on anything hard pavement, just these little knobs from the spokes of the wheels, is just enough to make it a bumpy ride. Those little knobs, you hit every one of them, boom, 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 going down the road. So we'll get those road bands made up here one of these days. Then I can at least drive it around the neighborhood, right? Have a little fun with it. What else? I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to tell you. That's kind of... I got an update from David Dickmeyer, who's working on the castings. The front crank handle castings are back from the foundry, and the rear steering post casting is back from the foundry. So he's going to start working on machining them here in the near future. And then we can get that project going, because like I said, I was kind of waiting to get that back to redo all these levers and pins and bushings and whatnot. I kind of wanted to have the casting in hand to fix everything to fit that casting, basically. Still waiting on getting the upper water neck back from the foundry. They're still working on that one. So there's more updates coming. But part of me too, I haven't even hardly looked at the 612 here in the last week, because I don't want to say I'm burnt out on the project, but I'm kind of burnt out on the project. I've been putting so many hours into this these last couple of months that it kind of got to be a chore. I kind of got sick of working on this thing a little bit. I mean, it was still fun, but it was just too much. Too many hours in a short period of time. I was kind of over it. So I figured I'm just going to walk away from a little bit I've been kind of catching up on some of the other YouTube channels that I enjoy watching that I haven't been able to catch much in the last couple months because I've been so busy working on this. So that's been kind of recharging me, so to speak, seeing what other people are working on and that kind of fun stuff. And like anything, sometimes these projects you got to walk away a little bit. You know, when it gets to be where it's not fun, you got to remind yourself it's a hobby. Walk away for a little bit, and when it turns into a good idea, you know, seems like a good idea to go work on it again, well then go work on it again. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I'm just kind of walking away here for a little bit, letting my batteries recharge, so to speak, and it's helped. Like I said, not even looking at it the last week, I'm almost starting to get the itch to come and work on it here a little again. So maybe by next weekend I'll actually want to do something. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys all a little heads up, so to speak, what's going on with the channel and what we got to come in the future. And like I said, the next goal will be Northern Aged Iron in September. So we're going to have the 612 and my 2035 there, both is the plan. So if you're going to be at the show, let me know. It'll be fun to meet some of you guys if you're going to be there. Bring a tractor. It's a great little show. Lots of opportunities. You want to get out in the field and plow. You want to hook up to the threshing machine, belt up. You know, it's fun. You drive around. There's a parade. It's always a fun time. It's not a huge show, but it's a lot of fun. It's a growing show, put it that way. Every year it's getting bigger and bigger. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you there. All right, everybody. Later. So just a kind of a fun little thing here. I've been working on cleaning up the garage, and I have these whole pile of old books. Long story short, I got this stuff when I bought the house across the alley. The guy that owned it was an old math professor, and then there was a whole bunch of stuff left in the house that I had to get rid of when I tore down the house. Anyway, for whatever reason, I couldn't bring myself to throw away all these textbooks, so I saved them, and I've been trying to give them away. Some people have taken some for craft projects and whatever. But it's so, this guy was so smart, he was dumb type of thing. All these books have all this handwritten calculations and formulas, and just, you know, he was like Rain Man or something, because, you know, this is gibberish, right, to any other person. You know, so that's, I think, part of the reason I had a hard time throwing this stuff away, because, you know, he put a lot of effort into this stuff. And there's just, and back envelopes was his favorite thing. There's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these envelopes with just formulas and calculations. And it was Donovan Olson, that was his name. But the time has come. I need to get rid of this stuff, so I just figured I'd kind of show you that stuff. It was kind of neat. So today I got the workbench all cleared out, and the goal for tonight is to get the workbench loose from the wall and maybe tear all this buffalo board and old shelves and garbage down off the wall to better assess what I need to do to reframe this wall. And we're going to put this door, well, not that door, but a new door over in that corner instead. So we have to figure out what we need to do to reframe that. Got the old buffalo board tore off last night so we can see what we're dealing with. Yeah, it's a mess. Yeah, I know it's not right. Yeah, I know. But we're going to make it work. I got the overhead door and entry door and windows all on order. So those should be here a week or two, a little bit later for the windows, because I guess they're super back ordered, but that's okay. We're not ready for them anyway. Just in case anybody didn't believe me that this is a very old building, that's the original power source for the garage, which of course has been long since disconnected, but it's the old knob and tube. And when I remodeled the house, you can actually see where those two wires came through the side of the house up in the attic to feed power to the garage. So I'm gonna continue working here. Taking some of the boards off the walls here. Oh, that's an interesting form of tagging, let's call it. Mr. KN had too much time on his hands. Yeah, at least he learned how to drive nails. Well, got a little bit of progress done today, but I'm about done. It's hot here, and I am out of energy. So we got the rough opening for the new entry door framed in today. Still got a little bit of whatnot to do up above. Yeah, I know it's ugly. You don't have to tell me. And I know it's not right. You don't have to tell me. But we're getting it done with what we got to work with. We're making a crappy old building a little less crappy. That's about it. So, well, you haven't seen much of me lately because I've just been busy working on the garage. And like I said, probably not too interested in seeing that. But I got one wall somewhat straightened out, just about done insulating on the outside. New window framed in. Of course, the new door is in. I don't remember if I showed you that yet. Today I got just about the whole inside of this wall insulated. So now we can put up some sheeting. I'm going to do all my wiring, external flush mount conduit, whatever you want to call it. So, floor 612 is buried under construction materials at the moment, but got to work on the garage and get that done so we can work on tractors over the winter when it's cold. So check back with you guys later. Wall is all sheeted. Well, just about. Not this little bit of a corner, but I got to finish the front wall before I can do that. The rest of that, all sheeted. And yeah, it's ugly blue, but we're going to paint that. This was reclaimed, left over from a construction project that I've been saving for just such an occasion for years. So finally got a chance to use it up, so that's awesome. Give it a coat of white paint, it'll look like brand new, because the stuff is new. It's just ugly blue. Okay, catch you up a little bit here. I don't think I've showed this yet. So I got the back wall all cleared off. Got the workbench moved away from it. So we can start reframing that. I got the old window taken out the other night. Just got it boarded up with some plywood at the moment. I got a start on this wall. I just moved all the shovels and rakes and everything off of this wall, and so I can finish cleaning all the garbage off of this one, because it's just a cob job of layers of junk just added to it, and boards, and just nothing is done right. Broken windows. So the one interesting thing that I haven't even been able to quite figure out what was going on here originally, because if you remember, this is a very old garage, probably turn of the century garage. So it has this one area here where it looks like, best I can tell, maybe it was like a hinged out, stand back here so you can see the whole thing. Maybe it was like a hinged out door or something, best I can tell. There's no hinges on it currently, it's all just boarded up. But it obviously was like an opening of some sort. And then it has, I'll show you on the outside, but it had two spots where there was like a little screened vent, and then there's this little screened, but that's not open to the outside. So I'm not sure what was, maybe only best guesses I had, would date back to like possibly horse and carriage days. Would they have possibly had like an opening here if they had like horses in here, so they could open it up so the horses could get some fresh air, or stick their head out, whatever. I'm not sure. I've never quite seen a situation like that before. I'll take you outside here and show you what you can see from the outside. So you can see that opening where it was something there, but there's, like I said, there's no hinges or anything left anymore. you can see the door would have been like right here. I don't know, let me know what you think that might be. And here's those little vents. There's one there, and I gotta rip this one off, but there was the same thing here. So I don't know, that's kind of strange. I'm not sure what the situation was there. I'm gonna see if I can straighten out this wall a little bit, because it's got a pretty good lean to it. But we'll get it all cleaned off as the next step, and we'll go from there. I got a truckload of materials this morning to work on framing this stuff up and fixing it and sheeting it, and because we got the long Labor Day weekend here, I got Monday off from work. So the goal is to get this back wall, reframe that window opening, get that back wall all done, hopefully sheeted and foamed on the outside and insulated and sheeted on the inside, and then get a good start on this wall here too, depending on how well the weekend goes and how the weather cooperates. So yeah, like I said, I haven't been really checking in much with you on this project because I didn't think you really probably care to see a lot of this, but some people are curious what I've been doing because I haven't been posting any videos the last few weeks, but basically because I haven't had any fun tractor stuff to show you. That's just been sitting here. Here's something kind of neat. Figured I'd show you. This is the board that was below the window on the alley side. Looks like it says 1919. Best I can tell, it says car. Either car or can. I think it's car. 212191. I don't know what this is about. Engine 210894. And I'm not sure what this is. Is it GA? GAQ? GA? There's no loop on it like his other G. Anyway, 67010. Would those be maybe serial numbers if they got themselves a new car? The engine serial number, the car serial number is the 1919? I don't know. Well, you can let me know what you guys think. What that could possibly be. It's way too big of a number to be like odometer readings for a 1919. There's no way they had 212,000 miles on it. I don't know. Let me know what you think.